They called me selfish. The word lingered in the air like smoke, thick and suffocating. My sister stood in our parents' kitchen, her husband beside her, both wearing those smug, self-righteous expressions. My mother's lips pressed tight, my father's silence spoke volumes, condoning everything they said. I didn't argue. I didn't defend myself. I just looked at them, all of them, and realized the truth I had avoided for years. They weren't family anymore. They were debt collectors in disguise, wearing smiles. It began when my parents' health declined. I stepped up, paid the mortgage, handled medical bills, repaired what broke. I told myself it was duty, blood, gratitude. My sister had her own life, her own house, her own family. Or so I thought. Then she moved in. Just until we find a new place, she said. That was 2 years ago. Their temporary stay turned permanent. Weekends became for relaxation, which really meant texts asking me to watch their kids while they went wine tasting. At first, I didn't mind. But favors became expectations, requests became obligations. When I finally said no, the word selfish was born. Babysit all weekend? No emergencies, no reasons. Just a break they demanded. I said I had work. They laughed. Said I was too uptight, too obsessed with money, which is why I didn't have a family of my own. Then my father spoke, calm, deliberate, final. Family helps family, Nora. That was it. No thanks for the years I kept their lights on. No recognition of the money I funneled into that house. Just that loaded sentence. I felt something click inside me, a lock turning. I smiled. You're right, I said. Family helps family. That night, I made a plan. I didn't pack my bags immediately. I observed, watched how they used the utilities I paid for, the Wi-Fi I provided, the food I bought. My sister's husband bragged about his new truck, financed, of course, while my parents thanked him for helping. I listened, I learned. Then I quietly pulled threads. First, I rerouted the mortgage and utilities, every automatic payment back under my control. Then I moved the joint emergency fund into a separate account, accessible only to me. I didn't take what wasn't mine. I just stopped paying for what wasn't my responsibility. Then came power bills, property taxes, insurance renewals. My name disappeared from everything. Their world kept spinning, unaware that the clock was ticking. 2 weeks later, the first call, my mother, panicked. Lights went out. Nora, do you know why? I replied calmly, probably a billing issue. I'll check. I didn't. The next day, my sister texted, the internet's down. Can you fix it? I replied, ask your husband. Family helps family. It took a month for them to understand how dependent they had become. No savings left. Mortgage bounced. Insurance lapsed. My father finally called, voice smaller. Nora, we didn't realize how much you were doing. I said nothing. Silence, the only language they taught me, was my reply. When I moved out, I left no address. Just a note on the kitchen counter. This house taught me giving doesn't guarantee gratitude. You took my generosity for granted, so I'm taking it back. You said family helps family. Help yourselves. They called for weeks. My sister's messages turned from anger to apology to begging. You can't just abandon them, she said. They're our parents. I answered once, no. They're yours. Months passed. I bought my own apartment, small, quiet, mine. I kept working. My parents eventually sold the house, downsized, learned to budget. My sister and her husband left town after the foreclosure. I heard they're renting now. Sometimes guilt knocks. I let it knock, then leave. The truth, I didn't destroy them. I stopped saving them. They mistook my silence for weakness. Silence is patience in disguise. And patience, when pushed too far, becomes power. Last week, a postcard arrived. No return address. Just 4 words, we finally understand now. I placed it on my desk, smiled, whispered to the empty room, good. Then I turned off the light.